Hey guys, per our conversation yesterday, I told you that you are responsible for doing the pre-write, reading the poem, The Soul Selects Her Own Society, and answering the 4 questions at the bottom. So I wanted to take a couple minutes and talk to you a little bit about the structure, and then also read the poem and kind of help break it down for you. So if you look at the structure of the poem, this follows the typical Emily Dickinson criteria that we were talking about yesterday. Take note of the dashes at the ends of the lines, indicating pausing for meaning. There are examples of enjambment, specifically between the stanza 1 and stanza 2. And there's also examples of slant rhyme. So if you remember that slant rhyme is something that sounds the same, but isn't necessarily spelled the same. So if you look at the first stanza, just looking at it, you should see that society and majority are considered slant rhyme, as well as door and more. So these ideas are slant rhyme because they're rhyming-ish, okay? So the idea for this poem is essentially about making choices and the mysterious kind of instinct that one has when they make choices, whether that's making a choice about a friend or whether that's making a choice about a significant other. And sort of the things that we pay attention to when we're making those decisions. So that is why you need to answer the pre-write question. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute and go through and read the poem, and then we're going to break it down. Here we go. The soul selects her own society. The soul selects her own society, then shuts the door to her divine majority. Present no more. Unmoved, she notes the chariots, pausing at her low gate. Unmoved, an emperor be kneeling upon her mat. I've known her. From an ample nation, choose one. Then close the valves of her attention like stone. So if we go through and analyze, we're essentially giving the soul is essentially personified in this poem because the soul is the one that's selecting her society, selecting the people, or in this case, the person whom the soul is going to surround themselves with. So in the first stanza, it says that the soul selects her society, like the soul selects, who's around, and then shuts the door. So once the soul selects this person, then they kind of close themselves off to anyone else or anything else, no matter how wonderful they are. So then when we get into the next stanza, she's saying that this soul is unmoved, that once the decision is made, there's really kind of no going back. And even if someone were to present to her chariots or be an emperor or be very magical, it doesn't matter to her. Because once the soul picks this person, that's it. So a friend or a relationship, or in this specific case, the soul, can't be bought with materialistic things. So when we get to the third stanza, it says, I've known her. So the speaker is focusing on her and really sort of again personifying the soul by saying her. Okay, so from this ample nation, from these many people, she's going to choose one. Okay, And then she's going to close the valves of her attention like stone. So once her soul, once her heart lets something in, she's going to close everything off and almost have it be like stone. It's going to be rock solid. Nobody else is going to be able to get into her soul. No one else is going to be able to get into her heart. Okay, so when we're talking about the valves, we're talking about heart valves opening and closing and allowing blood and oxygen to flow through. But once she chooses who is going to be her society, her everything, then everything is going to get closed and shut off. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. If you have any further questions, you can always message me on Remind or send me an email to my williampennsd.net email. I am working on your take-home tests, and hopefully if the baby takes a decent nap, I should be able to get them all done. So I will see you tomorrow with the pre-write and the 4 questions associated with this poem completed in your packet. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.